2 days, yeah, that would be nice. I did see some plows out this morning on my way in, so it depends on where you live. If you only have to go on those main roads, you might be okay, but neighborhoods could still give you some grief.
My neighborhood I slid out of this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Always scary, right?
Yeah, so some of those side roads that are not treated are pretty slick, and anything that was wet yesterday, even somewhere like Branson that got mostly rain, all of that's icy now because we've got temperatures in the 20s. So yeah, it's just some lingering damage from yesterday, right? We've got a winter weather advisory that's in effect to the south and east until 8 o'clock this morning, where the last of that light snow is still exiting this morning. So you'll want to keep that in mind. Ava, Eminence, West Plains, some of those areas included. Not expecting much snow, but it could make things slick. You can see the sidewalks are covered in Springfield. It is 24 degrees. We've got clouds and a pocket of snow down in north central Arkansas. Harrison, Jasper, and Marshall seeing some of that snow, Melbourne, Ash Flat, and then some flurries around West Plains. So again, not amounting to much this morning, but could stick on some surfaces. Temperatures are all below freezing in the middle 20s. It's 24 in Springfield and 23 in Monette. So anything that was wet is frozen over. So those are some of the concerns this morning. The snow to the east, any frozen surfaces. Untreated roads are still pretty covered, and you need extra care on the bridges and overpasses this morning. We will find conditions get better as we head through the day because we'll be dry by this afternoon, just cloudy and cold, so road conditions should improve. 31 degrees by dismissal with mostly cloudy skies. We're tracking that winter weather advisory for you this morning. Temperatures thaw out as we head through the week, and that gives way to some rain chances. Details on that in 10 minutes.
All right, a slow process for the improvement, but you just really want to watch out there with the roads.
Color 10's Nigel McDonald is out trying to find some of those problem areas for you in a Color 10 live drive. Nigel, how's it going?
Lauren, we have made to the central part of down or field area near down. We're have been treated. The actual roads are snow covered. A reminder that not.
Just a reminder to use caution when you're out there, and of course keep a lot of distance ahead of you and the car in front of you. And then it's a lot of those neighborhood roads that Lauren, Elisa, and Najee just heard talking about right there that really need to try and look out for when it comes to that, to be able to use the utmost safety as you head out there on the roads today.
And while you were likely sleeping, a minor head-on crash happened in Springfield last night at Kansas Expressway and Division. Fans coming home from the Chiefs Champions Parade in Kansas City caught that footage, as well as this heavy snow coming down through Collins and Bolivar. Be careful as you head out the door, and also make sure you have a Color 10 weather app handy.
When temperatures drop, police officers have no choice but to adapt to the cold and continue working. We spoke with the SPD about the difficulties it faces during cold days. Not only do the officers have to consistently switch on and off of scenes, they also have to be aware of how weather can affect physical evidence at crime scenes. For example, blood may be outside in a parking lot and freezing rain can wash it away. In some cases, officers can't even wear gloves because it would interfere with their equipment. Also, driving in cold temperatures is something that they have to do. That's always a little bit more dangerous.
A little more treacherous. In the traffic unit, we respond to the majority of the traffic accidents. And of course, there's always more of those when the roads are slick. I would ask people pay attention to the road. When we work a lot of traffic accidents, especially on the highway, we get rubberneckers and you get secondary accidents, tertiary accidents from people watching the first accident.
One thing the weather does not impact is its staffing. Always the same amount of officers working on winter weather days compared to a normal one.
In your political news, in Missouri, the state Senate is moving forward with a repeal of the redistricting aspect of Clean Missouri. It's a state constitutional amendment passed by voters in 2018. It's after state Senate Democrats held a filibuster that was not enough to stop a vote yesterday. Under the voter-approved current Amendment 1, the auditor is to choose a nonpartisan state demographer to draw district lines. The resolution would do away with the state demographer and instead rely on current bipartisan commissions in both the House and Senate to draw lines themselves. Republicans say they're doing this to prevent the state demographer from drawing district lines that favor Democrats. Meanwhile, Democrats say doing so would overturn the will of the voters. Color 10 political analyst Dr. Brian Calfano says it's mostly just about politics.
In the end, it's about political control. and the Republicans don't want to have their supermajorities threatened. Meanwhile, the Democrats want to get in the game and get some more seats.
The resolution will need to be read and voted on a third time before heading to the Missouri House of Representatives.
The daughter of a man who died in the duck boat tragedy on Table Rock Lake is fighting a Missouri bill. It's sponsored by Springfield Rep. Curtis Trent. It would prohibit people who have been injured or killed by products from suing companies more than 15 years after the product was sold. Trent says the goal of the bill is to protect companies from, quote, frivolous litigation. And mental health and suicide are growing concerns for Missouri farmers and ranchers, according to a new report from several state agencies, including the Missouri Farm Bureau. The report cites several factors that led to a 78% increase in rural suicides between 2003 and 2017. One factor there is the economy. The farm sector has seen 6 periods of recession since the end of 2009. The study also says there are too few mental health resources available in rural areas.
We're looking at a Color 10 live drive this morning where sidewalks and side streets are still pretty slick and snow covered in parts of Springfield, and anything that was wet is frozen because temperatures are in the 20s this morning. It's 24 degrees in Springfield. The latest on some snow reports from yesterday and what to expect through the rest of the week coming up next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.